All praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wabrakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters as well. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Genesis 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Now, it's spiritual because at this particular time, Jacob was calling forth his 12 sons, which are the 12 patriarchs of the nation of Israel. And Jacob explained to his sons what would befall them in the last days. These things are happening today, and based off of what Jacob had told his sons, also shows us that we are the biblical Israelites. Now, Jacob's sons are being gathered again, and they're being gathered again through the word. Just like when they were gathered together to hear their father, they were hearing their father speak words. We're gathering together through the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For the elect are going to hearken unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, just like the 12 sons hearkened unto Jacob. This word is going out throughout the four corners of the whole world, and the elect is being gathered and sealed. And the reason why we have to be gathered is because we're all throughout the earth. Okay? And here in these last days, the things that are befalling our people were already told unto us. But now we're being gathered by the word. Let's go to James chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of the power and the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. So the 12 tribes are scattered. And through the scattering, through the dispersion of the Israelites, a lot of our people look like these other nations. Not all of our people look like your typical Israelite. So seeing that, we understand, for those of us who have the understanding, we understand that you can't base, as they would say, a book by its cover. You might purchase a book, and the title of the book might be called Red Shoes. Then when you read the book, you find out it really had nothing to do with red shoes. More so, it had everything to do with trying to have your shoes painted red or something, and it never happened. But you judging a book by its cover, you may miss out on what's actually, being said. You might actually miss the point. And a lot of our people, seeing the surface of some of our people, you may assume they're heathen. But if they believe in this word, if they're being gathered by this word, they would have to be of Jacob, because only the Israelites are going to be gathered through this word. And the Israelites are still on this earth today. The Israelites are not done away with. The Israelites are not a thing of the past. The Israelites are still here on this earth today. And they are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, according to agnate and paternal relations. Now, if you have what looks to be an Edomite dad or a Moabite dad, okay, a so-called white dad or a so-called Chinese dad and so on, if your spirit resonates with this gospel, if you believe in the names, if you believe in the fact that these other nations are going into slavery for what they've done, if you sympathize for what happens to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if that offends you, seeing what happens and how we get treated, you know, there's different things you have to look at to see who the Israelites are, more so than what we look like. Now, some of us have the Israelite look, okay? But you have a lot of us who don't as well. So through this word, there is a gathering being done, just like when Jacob gathered his 12 sons and told them what should befall them in the last days. Well, now we're in the last of the last days, and the sons of Jacob are being gathered again through the gospel. All right? And seeing that we're being gathered through the gospel, these laws, statutes, and commandments are only for Jacob. Okay? And we are to seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because for so long we fell away. You know, being gathered through this word, returning to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you have to seek the Lord. You have to put in effort. Isaiah chapter 10 and 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. So the remnant is returning. You have Israelites all throughout the earth, but only the remnant is going to return. We go on the streets and we teach, we bring out this word all the time, and we understand that for the most part, the majority of people, they drive by, they act like we don't exist, and that's fine. Because again, the remnant, the elect of the nation of Israel, are going to return. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. And how are they returning? Through this word. All right, verse 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, because there's an innumerable amount of Israelites out there. And again, not all of us look like your typical Negro, Latino, or Native American. Okay? For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Let's go into that word remnant. That word remnant, it says sha'ar, rest, residue, remnant, remainder. Just like when you do a division problem, you may have a remainder. Well, in this case, the remainder would be the elect, the smaller number that's left over compared to the majority. Okay, the remainder are going to return. The remainder of Israelites, those who are set aside, are going to return to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. So this word is going out. And this word is likened unto a net. And that net is going to catch good and bad Israelites. The bad Israelites, the Lord is going to throw back into the world being the sea, or, you know, the sea and the world representing each other, being, you know, going back into their wickedness. But the elect, once they get caught up in that net of truth, they are going to be kept. Once they return, they are not going back. All right. So seeing that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is gathering the sons of Jacob again, you know, we have to understand that we're being used by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the fact that the internet is set up for this work to go out. It's set up for us to do this work. This was prophesied long before the internet even came around. Okay? Let's go to Romans. Because again, remember, we're being gathered by this word. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, and verse 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. So the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are going throughout the ends of the world. Okay? And that being the internet. You know, the highways of the internet. And a lot of people have came in through the internet, more so than those who actually come in seeing us teaching on the street. We have further reach because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has strategically made it this way. Okay? So it's beautiful, you know, that we're being gathered through this word to come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth. So our sound is going into all the earth because of what? The internet. You can't go on the highways and teach and not have a camera or something that you can use to put on the internet. Not doing that, how can the whole world hear you? Okay? Because the internet is the basically the tool doing all the heavy work. Going back to the ancient world, you know, some of the prophets would actually travel. They'd be here, they'd be there. Now we're in all these different places based off of what? Our sound, the words that we speak being the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, going into all the world. And then with that happening, the elect are being gathered. Okay? But I say, have they not heard? And the thing is, they have heard. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set it up in such a way where you can't really have any excuses by the time, you know, all hell breaks loose. You would have to have heard. Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. So through this internet going out, the true gospel's going out. And now the end is being made manifest. You go back, you know, so many years when the internet did not exist, this prophecy could not have happened. And that's how you know when it comes down, you know, when you're dealing with prophecy, you're dealing with order. Things have to happen in a particular order. And such as, you know, seeing how we're being gathered through this word. If there was no internet, you know how difficult that would be? Seeing that our people are everywhere. We're amongst these different nations. Okay? Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, I believe it is. Jeremiah 31 and verse 9. They shall come with weeping and with supplications. Will I lead them? I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is gathering his people whom have been scattered. And he's doing it through what? Through this word. Okay, through the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we are being gathered. And you can find more of that. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to pull up the Apocrypha. I know a scripture I can pull up. I'm going to close it with this. Baruch chapter 5 and verse 5. Seeing that the sons of Jacob are being gathered again in these last days. Baruch chapter 5 and 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold thy children gathered from the west unto the east, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the power. So we're remembering Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're coming back. We're returning to our power. And it's all through this word going out. Okay? So when Jacob had gathered his 12 sons and told them what would befall them in the last days, it was also spiritual because his sons would be gathered again. But this time they would be an innumerable amount of sons. Okay? So I'm going to go on ahead and close it there. You know, we're at the end, and seeing that this word is just constantly going out more and more, you know, the end is being made manifest clearer and clearer. All praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.